One of the most promising young players on the Knicks is Tyler Kolek. He played 4 years of college ball and had his best season in his senior year at Marquette, where he averaged 15 points and nearly 8 assists per game, which led the NCAA. He was known as a quality point guard that could not only shoot and score at a high level, but also did a great job of making his teammates better. This made him a prospect that some mock drafts even had going just outside the lottery, but the Knicks ended up taking him with the 34th overall pick in the draft. The Knicks were praised for this pick, with CBS Sports giving them an A for selecting Kolek, and it didn't take long for him to make a great impression with his play in Summer League. In Summer League, he showed off those same impressive passing skills he displayed at Marquette, leading the team in assists per game. And so far in preseason, Kolek has continued to turn heads with his play on the court. Right now, he's earning a serious chance to get a rotation spot, likely as a backup point guard behind Jalen Brunson. But what specifically has Kolek done in preseason? Let's break it down. But first, we gotta discuss BetUS. Guys, if you love the NBA, then I strongly recommend joining BetUS. You could bet on the games, and you could also bet on what you think could happen. Will the Knicks win over 54 games this season? After the moves they made, like acquiring Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns, the Knicks should be a juggernaut. So I'm gonna take the over. If you sign up, use the code YouTube150 and receive a 150% sign-up bonus of up to $2,000. Alright, back to Kolek. So through 2 games of preseason, he's tallied 26 points and 6 assists with just 1 turnover, and his shooting percentages have been off the charts. What's really stuck out with me with Kolek is his ability to run the pick and roll. Defenses can't go under the screen because otherwise he'll punish them by draining the pull-up 3. And he's not just a shooting threat, he's also shown that he can get downhill and finish. On this high pick and roll, Kolek's man guards him by going over the screen, so Kolek drives and finishes with the scoop layup with the left hand. And he doesn't always need to get all the way to the basket to finish. This time we get a sideline pick and roll, Kolek attacks, and he finishes with the floater. Because he's a threat to finish on his drives, this allows Kolek to set up the roll man. On this play, we get some more 2-man game. This drive by Kolek forces the big man to focus on him, allowing him to set up Precious for the nice finish. This time, Hukporti hands it off to Kolek. Again, the drive forces the defending center to focus on him, allowing him to set up Hukporti for the dunk. Kolek's ability to be a playmaker out of the pick and roll is very intriguing because the Knicks big men don't get many chances to score out of the roll on the Knicks. Jalen Brunson uses the pick and roll a lot, but he mainly uses it to get his own shot. He's a great scorer out of the pick and roll, but he also tends to leave the big men empty-handed, and you have to reward your bigs for the hard work they do on the defensive end and on the glass by feeding them sometimes. Kolek, on the other hand, is known as a pass-first point guard who loves to dish it out of the pick and roll. If Kolek can get into the rotation, he can add an element to the Knicks offense that they can really use. Not only can Kolek thrive as a ball handler, but he's also shown he can thrive when off the ball. He was a really good shooter in college, and so far he's shooting the 3 ball really well in preseason. If Kolek is a part of the second unit, he's probably playing alongside another point guard in the backcourt, whether it's Miles McBride or Cameron Payne, so having the ability to flourish while off the ball will suit him well. I also saw some positives from Kolek on the defensive end. It's in his scouting report that he doesn't have great lateral speed, which too often leads to him getting blown by, and we did see him get burned a few times on defense in preseason, but we also saw some great examples of great man-to-man defense from him. On this play, the Hornets guard tries to cross over and step through Kolek, but he stays in front and blocks this shot attempt. He's also done a great job of fighting through screens, and he's got really good hands, which has helped him to rack up steals. On this play, Kolek gets over the screen, and he gets a hand on the pass, which leads to a turnover. This time, Kolek's man cuts to the basket, but he's able to get a hand on the pass, which leads to a turnover. Kolek may have some limitations, but he's proven to be a smart defender that plays with effort. This is great because if Tibbs feels that he can trust him defensively, this opens the door to Kolek getting minutes this season. Okay, so that's going to be it for the breakdown of Kolek's game so far in preseason. But now, let's talk about what his role is going to be for the Knicks this upcoming season. Unfortunately, I think that Kolek is probably going to be out the rotation at least at the beginning of the year. There's a lot of competition at his position to play minutes. For one thing, he plays the same position as Jalen Brunson, who is the best player on the team, and not only that, there's 2 other reserve guards in Cameron Payne and Deuce McBride who are also very worthy of minutes. Cameron Payne is a 10-year NBA veteran that's been a quality backup point guard in the league for years. So I'm sure he's playing over Kolek. And Deuce McBride played really well last year, and I'm sure he's going to be looking for increased minutes this season. So I'm sure he's also going to play over Kolek. But just because he's going to be a third stringer to start the year doesn't mean he's not going to get an opportunity. In the NBA, injuries are inevitably going to happen. And you got to stay ready. You got to continue to work hard and practice hard, so that way when your number is called, you can perform. So when an injury does happen to one of the other Knicks point guards, Kolek, if he stays prepared, is going to get his chance. And that's what he's going to need to prove his worth when he's on the court. And then he can potentially earn a rotation spot. But that's going to be it for me, and now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of how Kolek has played so far in preseason? Do you think he should be in the rotation to start the year? Let me see your thoughts down below in the comment section. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to catch you all next video.